G'day mate and welcome to the channel update video for February. Now, normally as tradition dictates, I normally do the first half of the video all about the channel, the second half all about what happens off the PC, you know, behind the scenes, for possibly your favourite YouTuber and how things go in my life. Or it's just some YouTuber you happen to watch randomly and therefore you get to skip the second half of the video. This time around, because I've actually recorded this 4 times and it hasn't worked well with that normal separation, I'm actually going to intermix the two and you'll understand why as the video progresses. So, first things first. I've actually been putting off this video until February. Well, I've been putting off making this video for quite some time for a number of different reasons. But let's start the start. So, on the 11th of January, so like 3 weeks ago, we hit 2,000 subscribers, which is like another major milestone for the channel. On top of that, a couple of days later, we hit 500,000 views. And as always, I have to thank you guys. What started off as a, not even a hobby, it was something I was not taking serious. Not at all. It was something... I enjoy watching YouTube. I enjoy watching games be played. I enjoy watching Let's Plays. But unfortunately, a lot of the content creators on YouTube are young. I'll put it that way. They're kids in their 20s with bright coloured hair, brighter, you know, voices, and screaming into the microphone all the time. And that's not something I enjoy watching. Very, very far from it. I want somebody who's a little bit more mature, who either knows what they're doing or doesn't know what they're doing, but is happy to explain what they're trying to do along the way. And that's sort of where I started. Now, through you guys, first off making me set up a Discord channel, and then jumping on Discord, telling me what I was doing wrong, telling me what I was doing right, making suggestions. The same goes for Twitter, right? Sending me tweets on Twitter, sending me DMs on Twitter. All those sorts of things is what's actually grown this channel into what it is. There's lots of good suggestions I get from you guys as to series, or sometimes even games that they'd like me to, you know, that people would like to see me play. Factory Town, which was one I really enjoyed, popped up because somebody suggested it. Project Hospital and 2 Point Hospital, same story. They're both games that popped up because somebody actually mentioned them in my Discord and said, "Hey JD, I think you'd really enjoy these games," and lo and behold, I really did. So, as always, I'm going to thank you guys. I'm going to thank you guys for the growth. It's as far as I see it, it's my job to make the content and do it to the best of my ability. I can't control the growth of the channel. That's something that you guys really control through your likes on the videos, watching more of the video rather than less of the video, because Google, YouTube analytics and the recommendations bot follow all that sort of stuff, and I'll show you some of the behind the scenes and analytics in a little bit. Sharing the video with your friends, again, another big way that new people find the channel. And if they enjoy it, they watch, they subscribe. If they don't, it's fine. So yeah, it's up to me to thank you guys over and over for what you guys do for the channel. Especially as I said, 3 weeks ago we hit 2,000 subscribers. We're almost at 2,100. In fact, if I refresh this now, we're probably at 2,100 now, because this page is actually about 2 days old. Because like I said, I've been trying to record this for 2 days now, and this is the 4th time, and yeah. So, thank you guys for everything you're doing. Thank you for hitting 500,000 views. That's amazing. That's crazy. That's for something that I wasn't taking serious to start with. That's insane. Now, in saying that, I'm a single father. Well, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I was a single parent. Now I got a partner. Unfortunately, went from 2 kids to 4 kids. Not always planned, but I'm a stay-at-home dad, and because I'm a stay-at-home dad because I have some supplemental income. I've been doing this basically full-time since I really started taking it seriously, probably about a year and a half ago, which has led to some amazing things. So first off, I had YouTube very happily remind me about a day ago, 2 days ago, that my fans love this video because this particular video just hit 10,000 views, which for a channel that's one, small, two, we worked it out I think it was last channel update video, that I put out 2.5 to 3 videos every day. If I was a channel that put out a video once a month, even at 2,000 subscribers, me having a video that had 10,000 views is not that impressive because you're just not putting out that amount of content. So a lot higher amount of people are actually going to watch one video because it's up for a month. In my case, because we put out, because the channel has just the sheer amount of content it does on a daily basis, to have any video get to 10,000 views is pretty amazing. Now, I'm happy with the amount of content I'm putting out. I'm happy with the 2 to 3 videos per day. In some respects, I'd like to put out more sometimes. Other respects, I'm happy at this number. We'll see what happens over the next couple of months to year. I'd really like to have more series concurrently running at once of different games, but as I said, we'll see what happens as the year progresses. I'd really like to do a series of Kerbal Space Program and a series of City Skylines, and I've been saying that for 6 months, and it's yet to happen. Mainly because both those games require a lot of editing, a massive amount of editing for either one of those two games. So, as I said, this particular video hit 10,000 views. Now, the next tab actually shows you all the videos listed by view numbers, and yeah, I've got some massive hits. I've got the Buggering Around with JD Death Map when 16 first dropped with the artillery train. I was the first one to get a video out with the artillery train. That was the day that 16 dropped. At the same time, we've got my 5K Gigabase. I went back, upgraded it to 16, changed over recipes and that sort of stuff. And again, that came out like just after 16 was released. We've got the start of the tutorial series, which has been massive, as you can see. Lots of likes, lots of comments. I don't know. Some people love the dislike button, whatever. And then we have the belt balances video, which actually has a lot of dislikes now I look at it. So yeah, this is all my videos sorted by views. And, we've got some other series in here. We've got the Universe Sim, which we have a series currently running. We've got, an Oxygen Not Included. We've got another Tips and Tricks video. We've got the 017 mod simulation video. Project Hospital. Again, another mod spotlight for Locator's Transply Manager. So we've got a couple of videos that do really, really well, but look, honestly, I know that the average video gets 300 to 500 views because that is the size of my channel, and I accept that. I'm perfectly happy with that. But let's go further into the analytics. So this belt balancer video has had 68,000 impressions over the course of its video. For this new data breakdown, we've only got a couple of months worth, but I had 21 impressions of this video. So 21,000 times it either came up as up next, as a recommended, as when a video ends, one of those 12 or so thumbnails that pop up that YouTube suggests you click on next. So of my 21,000 impressions, 12% of people actually clicked on the link to go watch the video, and they watched an average of 4 minutes, which gave me 10,000 watch time minutes. And as you can see, it's mostly coming from searches. The videos suggesting this video are all my videos, actually. And this is what people are searching for to find that video. And it's actually listed in this playlist. All right. So, you know, a little bit of insight into these particular videos. Unfortunately, the tips and tricks videos, which if I go back to here, you can see I actually recorded it in November, but I didn't publish it till December because I wasn't sure of the video. I wasn't sure that it was of high enough quality. It does take about 2 hours to record one of these tips and tricks videos because I really want them in about 10 minutes. And as you guys probably know, I do everything in one take. It's very, very, very rare I'll go through and re-edit things. Even more rare that I actually edit any audio. Because I don't, at least I find it, with my current skill level, very, very difficult to have a nice smooth transition in voice levels. So yeah, each one of these tips and tricks videos takes about 10 hours to record. One, because I've got to record enough times till I'm happy with it, and then it might come out at 10, it might come out at 12 or 13 or 14 minutes, and then I have to re-record it until I get it down to that 10-minute mark, because I really want the tips and tricks videos to be very, very short, very, very concise. Same with the mod highlight videos. Again, they sometimes take one recording, they sometimes take 5, 6, 10. Look, doors, train supply manager case, it actually took 30 odd recordings to get it right. And again, if we go to, do I have the tab open? Aha! So this is that actual file uploaded with my choice of thumbnails and all sorts of things. And you can see it's called Belt Balances Fixed 1. Because I actually had to, after I recorded it, it was about 13 minutes long. I had to go back and re-record it because I wanted it shorter. So if you watch this video, and I really recommend you go over to the community tab, which is a feature that is actually reserved for channels that have over 10,000 subscribers. And for whatever reason, I've tickled YouTube bots, I don't know, and I've been allowed to have that feature as a much smaller channel. So if you go over there, go look at the video, listen to me talk. I'm talking 10,000 miles an hour because I need to make the video 20% shorter, which means there are certain things that I said in the first take that I had to not say in the second take to cut down the time. On top of that, I need to talk a lot faster to get the whole thing done faster, to have it in that lovely 10-minute sort of time cycle that I'm trying to aim for. So further into the analytics, and this is actually the most important. Well, this is the part I want to get to. So this is my income on that video with 10,000 views over the life of the video. So basically a year. You can see I got this big, almost 6-month gap where I just didn't have any income, and that's because I failed to maintain my YouTube partner program status when they changed it to 1,000 subscribers, and I was only at 998 subscribers when they made that change. So I lost membership and then had to wait almost 6 months for them to re-enable it because I got to the subscriber count a day late and then had to wait 6 months. So you can see in the life of this video, I've made a grand total of $7. Even if you doubled that and said, hey, you've made $15 for argument's sake, it means I got paid from YouTube $15 for what essentially was 2 hours worth of work. So I'm making about $7.50 from a really, really, really popular video. Yeah, you can't say YouTube pays me terribly well. But like I said, I have had a lot of passive income in the past that has allowed me to go full-time as soon as I start taking things seriously and maintain a full-time schedule where I literally spend 20 or 30 hours, well, 20 hours roughly per week recording videos, and anywhere between 20 and probably 40 hours per week sitting in this chair, either editing videos, setting up the community server maps, live streaming on top of what I'm recording. just talking to you guys on Discord or Patreon or in Twitter or wherever you guys reach out to me, even the comments of the videos, which I have to admit, one of the things I really wanted to do this year was get back into the comments full time, and you'll find that I'm still not there every day because some days are just, life is not good. Yeah, having 4 kids that all have special needs, it's been, there are some days that are just not good. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm getting back into the comments, regularly. I'm at least getting in there every second day, if not every day, and I'm really happy. I'm back into the comments full time. I'm back into Discord full time. Twitter's fairly quiet anyway, so that's an easy one. But yeah, you can see that I made an absolute fortune from this particular video. Now, if we continue along the list, this is total that YouTube made, of which I get half. And the orange line is the amount of views, and the blue line is the grand total of profit I made on a per day basis from this video. So that particular day, I made 20 cents. And this really good day, I made 68 cents on that day. On the flip side, there's this day that I made $0. That one I made 2 cents. And this is in Australian dollars. There's something very important. This is in Australian dollars. It's not American dollars. And Australian dollars are not worth nearly what an American dollar is. So the reason I'm telling you guys this and sort of going through what's happening is probably the next tab's also got a lot to do with it. I make $40 per month, which means from YouTube, I get a check in the mail, so to speak. Not every month, because you're going to have a minimum payout of at least $100. So every 3 to 5 months, I get a $100 check from YouTube, which is just about enough money to like say to the missus, okay, we've got a payout from YouTube. We're going to go out somewhere nice for dinner. We're going to upgrade from Macca's to Hungry Jack's because the food's slightly less greasy. It's not enough. It's not enough to make sense of anything. And I'm not telling you guys this as a sob story. I'm telling you guys this, as I said, as a bit of background. So, going all the way back to the start, I got to 2,000 subscribers on the 7th of January, or the 11th of January rather, at around about 5 a.m. because being the school holidays, I'd flipped my sleeping schedule, so I got up really well. I went to bed really early at night, like 8 p.m. And then I got up at around about 3 a.m. every morning. So over the school holidays, I could record content for you guys, because although I'd be able to do the Factorio, the community map live streams and at least have that Factorio content, anything above me on that, so the base tours, the Friday facts, the mod highlight videos, the universe sim, the whole series, all those sorts of things had to happen on times when I was available and the house was asleep, basically, because with kids home, school holidays, there was never a quiet moment for me to actually record anything. You can actually see one of the Friday facts is really early in the morning, and I think the week after is really late at night, because they're the only times I could schedule it around children. So yeah, first thing in the morning, like 4 or 5 a.m, I found out we'd hit 2,000 subscribers. I was so thrilled. On the flip side, it also happened to be payday. Now that is payday not from YouTube, that is payday from my own passive income. The catch was at around about 7 a.m. when I checked the bank account, because being the week after Christmas, we were living literally paycheck to paycheck. I found out I hadn't got paid. Because one of the passive incomes that I've had and maintained for a number of years now disappeared quite unexpectedly. In fact, I didn't know anything about it till I checked my bank account and then went, oh shit. Because the missus doesn't get paid for another couple of days. And we literally had 4 days with it wasn't a pleasant 4 days, I'll put it that way. We were already very, very tight. I did manage to scrape together enough money to get us through. But yeah, we were very, very tight for that first particular weekend. And we're still tight now because I lost, as I said, a passive income. Now, the amount I lost was about $400 a week. Which, look, I know who, depending on who you talk to, that might sound like a lot. It might sound like nothing. If I go back 10 years to when I was working full-time in a sales job, which was all commission-based, but it turns out I'm really good at sales. I think it's got something to do with the ability that I can spend 20 minutes talking to a blank computer screen, as I'm doing right now, and still keep you guys hopefully interested enough that you haven't clicked the X button yet. It turns out I'm good at sales. Let's just leave it at that. So I was making good money back then. So $400 a week meant nothing to me back then. Nowadays, $400 a week, being a stay-at-home dad with 3 kids, or three and a half. We're still trying to find out about the youngest, with special needs. I'm actually also was a full-time carer for my father, who has medical conditions he's developed with age. So most days, I won't say every day, but most days I would actually go across to his place, spend time there, you know, doing basics, cooking, cleaning, taking care of any medical needs he might have, setting up medications, all those sorts of things on a daily, semi-daily basis, sometimes going over and then coming home, and then having to go back later in the day. So yeah, $400 a week meant a lot to us. Now, with these changes, I've managed to replace some of that income. We've lost $400 a week, and I think I've got back about $250-ish. Yeah, I think I've been able to reclaim some of that passive income, but like things have had to change. Being that we're $150 down a week, things have definitely had to change. So my father, unfortunately, I just can't afford, and he can't afford either, to help me out so I can go over and be his full-time carer anymore. So he's had to go speak to government agencies and all that sort of stuff, and have a nurse come visit him. It's probably going to work out much the same for him, if not slightly better, because at least he's got somebody who has hopefully proper medical training to come out to the house and visit slightly less often, but hopefully have more training when they actually get there. And here around the house, we've also had to make cuts. Like Netflix disappeared a couple of days ago, just gone, because we just can't afford it. Hello, Razor, thanks. Netflix disappeared because we couldn't afford it. YouTube Red, this purchase over here, we've still maintained, mainly because I hate ads, and I don't really want to run ad blocker, and I like the features of YouTube Red, along with the fact that we get unlimited music as well, which brings me back to my analytics. So, being with this loss of income, things have to change. And I won't know for probably about 2 months. About 2 months, I'll probably find out what the story is for us personally. Sorry about that. So, in about 2 months, I need to make some sort of decision. Whether we can continue the way we are with me continuing doing this full time, which is what I hope. Because look, I really enjoy doing what I do. I know that I've spent enough time on the channel, and with enough support from you guys, either via Patreon. My Patreon supporters mean the world to me. You guys help us out so much, and what you guys help us out with is going to be that much more important going forward. Those over on Twitch who subscribe on Twitch, who donate bits on Twitch, who do donations on Twitch. Again, all those things mean so much to me as well. For those few of you who have actually gone to the channel, gone to the gaming version of the channel, and actually become a YouTube member, supporter, whatever they've changed the terminology to there, through YouTube, and are supporting the channel that way. Again, all those things, they mean so much to us, because, as I said, being down $150+ per week, things have definitely got tight. And as I said, it's going to mean a couple of changes. So a while ago, YouTube offered content creators the ability to change their ad type. So in the past, we could have video ads at the start or midway or at the end of the video, all that sort of stuff. I hate ads. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely hate ads. You can see I have ad blocker installed on my browser. It is disabled entirely on YouTube because I do not want it running on YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium. Or it used to be called YouTube Red. I pay for that service, and it means that the money I pay to YouTube, they pass on to the content creators. So you can see that I made, well, $5.30 whatever cents, right, from ad revenue, but also made $1.21 from YouTube Premium subscribers. Those people who pay for YouTube, that money that they pay gets passed on to the content creators they watch, and I really want that to be where my money goes. So, with the changes to the ads, they split out the video ads at the start, mid, end, wherever, into a skippable and a non-skippable version. With the idea that hopefully content creators will put more non-skippable videos at the start of their video and more skippable videos during their video. So you find lots of YouTubers now have 10-minute videos with a ad break after 5 minutes with a skippable video ad. As I said, I hate ads. I really, really do. But again, I need to look at the numbers. So starting February, probably not today's videos, probably not tomorrow's videos, but videos going forth, I'm going to put non-skippable ads, because this is the revenue per 1,000 views, and it's not a lot, but it should be going up, because YouTube just made an announcement about the other day that they're tweaking the way the system works, and this amount should go up higher. So I'm going to be changing our ad format to have non-skippable ads probably happen more often at the start of the video. I'm not putting in mid-roll ads halfway through because I hate them. I'm not putting in ads like 10 seconds from the end of the video because, again, I hate them. It's just going to be that very, very first ad that you may or may not get. Right? And I already know, and I can see it from the analytics, that with 10,000 views on this particular video, 2,000 of you actually saw, no, display ads. That's the one that's guaranteed to be on every single video. 10,000 views, only 1,000 of you actually saw an ad. So I already know 90% of you guys run ad blocker. And again, I don't blame you. I hate ads as much as you do. And you can see from these lovely numbers here that if you watched, this is the thing, if you watched 10,000 videos, okay, 10,000. If you watched 1,000 videos on my channel with a non-skippable video ad, okay, over the course of 12 months, so that is literally, if I'm doing 3 videos a day, that's about 800 videos in the year. If you watch every single video, every single day that I put out and watched a non-skippable ad at the start of every video, let's do a calculator real quick. That is 30 seconds of your life multiplied by 800 videos, 400 minutes, 6 hours and 40 minutes you would spend watching ads. I fully understand why you don't want to spend 6 hours of your year on my channel watching ads. I fully understand. So if you're running ad blocker, if you feel guilty, and it's only if you guys feel guilty about the fact that you're running ad blocker and you're removing that ability for me to earn that income, I have one suggestion for you. Pop over to Patreon. Shout me a Coke. Okay? For the cost of a Coke, a Mars bar, a coffee once a month, $2 out of your pocket, you'll send me about $20 a year, which is way more than what I earn with non-skippable ads and 6.5 hours of your life over 12 months. I'm purely offering a suggestion because at the end of the day, my family is what counts most. So I need to, long story short, I need to take care of my family first, which means I need to find some way to make up that $150 per month. Now, Patreon is definitely helping. Twitch is definitely helping. YouTube, what little I get from the ad revenue, is definitely helping. I'm hoping with this change, I can increase the income I make from YouTube by about 50%, which brings it up to $60 a month, which is only $5 a week, which is not that much extra. Well, $5 extra per week, but every little bit counts. And that's really the point we're at. Every little bit counts. I did make a promise on Patreon that when I get to $500 a month, I cut out all the ads on the whole channel, and I need to revise that because obviously I've lost a large amount of passive income. If I've managed to find that, if I manage to gain that back, which again, I'm not going to know for about 3 months. It's going to take 3 months of fiddling and paperwork and all sorts of things to try and regain that income. And no, anybody who asks in the comments, I'm not going to go into the details. It's just, it is what it is. It's support and help with raising children with special needs. That's probably the most I'm going to say. If I find a way to get that income back, obviously we're going to go back to skippable ads because, like I said, I hate ads as much as you guys do. We're going to go back to $500 being the goal on Patreon, at which point I remove all video ads. You know, we'll keep the bumper ads, display ads, the other things that you just don't see on the channel. But yeah, a lot of the big ones will go. Anyway, that's that. The other thing I really need to thank you guys, because I got completely sidetracked on this, is in 3 weeks we went up 100 subscribers, which again for this channel, and especially for January is traditionally a very slow month for YouTube and Twitch and all that sort of stuff. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for that growth in that 3 weeks. It does mean that hopefully we can get to 2,500 subscribers before Factorio 17 is released on the 29th of February this year. That's the release date I've been told. That's the release date I'm sticking to. You heard it here first. 29th of Feb. Version 17 is due to be released. Anyway, on to me, personal life, and everything else. So, when you asked JD, what did you do the other day? I can tell you I cut a hole in the wall. Why did you cut a hole in the wall, JD, you may ask? Well, we had a bee problem. Over the Christmas period, it turns out that in what's it called? It's not fiber. In our wooden house. I don't know. It's the words are not working at 6 a.m. in the morning. In our weatherboard house, we had, and you can see it a little bit better in this picture. We can see we've got some rot around the window, and bees found a way in through in here, which has all now been removed. You can see there's room over here on this side as well with more rotten boards. So bees found their way in. When they found in, they decided to make some honeycomb and fly in and out of our wall all day, every day for quite a number of weeks. So finally the other day, I after 3 weeks literally of calling around every single beekeeper in town, to find out if somebody would kindly come and remove these bees from my house. Everybody told me if it's up a ladder, no. If it's in a wall cavity, no. If it's not on the ground or on a low-hanging tree where I can walk up and grab the whole hive and walk off with it, no. You need to either pay a little bit or pay a lot. Eventually, I found a chap who must be in his late 70s who popped across and helped us out with our situation. He put in this lovely powder made from a flower, and I can't remember the name of the flower, but I do remember it's a British flower that put all the bees to sleep. So all the bees had a very, very long nap, and that gave me enough opportunity to slice open the wall with a circular saw, and you can see I got a dead straight cut here, and then remove the house that our friends made it in our house. And what you don't see here is this honeycomb. So this one's hanging from the top, and this one's built up from the bottom. Now the one hanging from the top, all the honey in it melted because this wall has a lot of sun on it every day of the year. And the fact that it's middle of summer meant the honey actually melted straight out of the honeycomb. So all the honey out of the top one melted and fell onto the bottom one, which obviously couldn't support its own weight plus the honey that's falling on top of it as well, and crumbled. And I'm guessing the bees were doing a lot of maintenance to stop the melting happening. But as you can see, like from these stains right here, the honey was actually leaking out our wall because Mr. Beekeeper came and put our friends to sleep. And then I had to wait 24 hours to then come along and slice the hole and get rid of all the leftover honey and friends that he left behind. So, there's another slightly different view. What this doesn't show you is the final cut. So the final cut actually had to come all the way up to literally the top of the roof. And then all the way down here, which is, as you've seen from the base tour video of the house, in the last channel update, I think it was, we've got like 12-foot ceilings or something. So this is not quite 12 foot because it's on a slanting roof, but it's pretty damn close of honeycomb in our wall with bees flying in and out. And the best part of this is the missus is highly allergic to bees. So yeah. So yeah, after a lot of circular saw, getting covered up to my elbows with honey, whoop, that's a close-up of the honeycomb. And look, it looks pristine. It looks really, really nice. It looks really, really shiny. In fact, if you hadn't told me where to come from, the honey actually looked really, really tasty and really, really edible. But this is what was greeted me at the bottom of the wall, where everything got too heavy and fell over, and yeah, bees, just a bee or two. So yeah, after many, many hours of cleaning, scraping, you can see here this is how they've bonded it to the wall, which is worse than super glue. I actually had to go through with a chisel and try and knock that crap out, and even then it's still like there's some straight on the internal wall which I couldn't get off for the life of me. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I got rid of most of it, but not quite all of it, and have evicted the neighbors who built a house in our house. And the last thing I need to bring the channel up to date with is we got one of them again. So as you guys might remember, we lost Daisy just before Christmas, and being that it was a Mrs. dog she's had since Daisy was a puppy, so about 10 years, she didn't take it very well. And then we had a friend who picked up, this is Loki by the way, picked up Loki as a support dog for her sister to help with her sister's anxiety. Brought it over to her sister, who then promptly had an anxiety attack over the thought of looking after a puppy. So our friend was on the way to take the dog back to where she got it from and return it because it didn't work out. Stopped in at our place, and I probably had Sarah say, "Can we have a puppy?" So I got suckered in a puppy. It is very much a puppy, and I'm definitely not a fan of puppies. I'll put it that way. I'm fine with dogs, but not a fan of puppies. This particular puppy likes using the inside of the house as a bathroom. I'll put it that way. Even when put outside, because we're going out for the day and left outside for a number of hours, we'd open the door, we'd invite the puppy back inside. The first thing you do is go to the bathroom in the middle of the dining room. Luckily enough, we have Lino, but yeah, so puppy has now become a permanent outside puppy because I got sick of cleaning up after said puppy, so I was not going to clean up after puppy anymore. Especially after the missus went out one day. I was home with said puppy. I was busy around the house doing housework, tidying up this, that, and everything else. Puppy decided to whinge outside our bedroom door because she was sure he was sure that the partner was in the bedroom. Then decided to start chewing through the bottom of the door for me to come out, see what he was doing. Well, see what he wanted, open the door so he could go in and check. Realize she's not there, come back out of the room, and I shut the door. And I didn't realize he started chewing through the wall at this stage. For 10 minutes later, him to start whining again and start chewing his way through the door again. So yeah, he's become a permanent outside puppy who now goes and chews things outside. We've caught him chewing there's so going back to the base tour video of the house. I had to install a new clothesline because obviously the other one was a little bit sad. At the same time, I had to cut the clothesline down shorter, so there's a little bit of pipe that's cut off the bottom of the clothesline, and it's sitting beside the clothesline itself in case I need to raise the clothesline back up, and therefore I'd have to weld it back on, and the fact that I'm a little bit lazy and haven't moved it yet. So I actually caught the puppy the other day chewing on a bit of 1-inch round pipe because he was bored. Or he's a puppy and he likes chewing things. We're going to go with puppy who likes chewing things. So even though he's got lots of chew toys that have been bought for him, yeah, I caught him chewing a bit of pipe. And I assumed it was the first time because nobody's silly enough to chew on a pipe repeatedly. Because I'm pretty sure that'll hurt your teeth. Turns out by looking at the amount of gnaw marks in the paint, he's decided he likes chewing on pipes repeatedly for quite some time. So, yeah. Puppy. So we got a new puppy. He's called Loki. You've probably heard him either in the streams, hopefully not the recordings, because normally I end up aborting the recordings and starting again, which sucks because I'll spend half hour working on something to be 5 minutes from the end and having to delete the whole thing and start from scratch, which is unbelievably frustrating. So yeah, we've got a new puppy. We've got a new puppy who decided to get in the car and then sit in one of the kids' seats. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I need to thank you guys again for all the hard work you guys do on the channel yourselves through likes, shares, shares, watching the video, recommending the videos, all that sort of stuff. I do need to remind people that there are all the links up here to my different places you can find me. So, Twitter, Twitch, if you want to swing by and watch me live when I'm streaming, which is never at any sort of guaranteed time, never at any sort of schedule. There's a link to Discord. Discord is definitely still the best place to find me, especially if you want to have a look at a base tour or submit a base for a base tour shortly. Patreon, as I said, best way to help support the channel. The other things that will be happening is, as I'm sure most of you guys know by now, we have GM8 supports the community maps with helping us out with servers. I do that by, in the links to all the videos, there is a link to GM8 if you want to have a Factorio or a Minecraft or whatever server. You can use coupon codes there to get a discount for you guys, at the same time help out the channel. We are adding more of those in the future. I'm going to have, and your best places come to the About page, and you'll see them, they start getting added here. We're going to have links for Humble Bundle if you want to grab a game on Humble and help support the channel at the same time. This link, or this random code down here, is a temporary code for Epic Games. So we are going to start having codes for, affiliate codes for Epic Games games, which is something I really wish Steam offered, but they don't. So yeah, we are going to be adding different ways you can support the channel. If you can't donate directly, I fully understand. Or if you really want to run, your browser open and watch 10,000 ads on my channel, that also works too. Just find a long playlist and hit start and hit the loop button and walk away. I don't know. But yeah, that sort of brings us up to date with what's happened so far in 2019. It's been a crazy start to the year already. It's been insane. I am hoping I can continue doing what I'm doing. But yeah, I like I said, my family comes first. That is the most important thing to me. And we're just going to have to see where the chips fall, I guess. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this way longer than normal video. Thank you guys for everything you're doing, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video. Alright, bye!